watching after the fact. It's been a while since I've gone live on YouTube. I've gone live on TikTok and Instagram quite a few times, but not YouTube in a while. So I'm gonna feed the chameleons. This is Luna. She's the only one who's really out right now. She's my female person's chameleon. And then this is Neptune's enclosure. You can kind of see his little booty in the back there. And then this is Venus's enclosure, and she's pretty small and she does a good job of hiding, but I think she's somewhere down in here. That's where I saw her earlier this morning. But like I said, she's pretty little, so it's sometimes hard to find her. So we might have to come back to her enclosure, see if she comes out. But yeah, we're gonna feed the chameleons. I already portioned out the bugs that we're going to be feeding. So Venus will be getting smaller dubia roaches, and then Neptune and Luna will be getting the larger dubia roaches with 2 super worms. And then we've got our calcium without D3. This is what I've been enjoying, the Pangea calcium without D3. And then of course we have bee pollen down in there. So yeah, right there. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about chameleons, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'd be happy to answer them. But we're just going to get these supplements on the bugs with our little tongs here, and then we can see if any of the chameleons will eat. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's always, up in the air. So we're just going to take a little pinch and put that on top of the bugs there. Again, this is the calcium without D3. This is what you would want to or use every time you feed your chameleon. Put that in there. Cool. And then this is bee pollen. It's considered a superfood. Really beneficial to be using as a supplement and gut load for your chameleon. I got mine off Amazon. A lot of people ask me where you can buy this just powdered bee pollen. So just like that. And then I just take the little cup and then just mix them around just so there's a light dusting. Nothing crazy. Just like that. And then we'll do this again. These are Venus's. That's why they're so little. She is yet to eat in front of me after the first day of bringing her home. So she's still pretty shy, which is to be expected. So, let's see. Hey, you helped me so much with getting my chameleon. Oh, that's awesome. What kind of chameleon did you get? I always love to hear what kind of chameleons you guys get. Fields, panthers, a carpet chameleon, who knows? So this is Neptune's enclosure, so we'll just open this up. You can see he's kind of hiding in the back there, so don't think he'll be eating in front of you guys today, but we'll put his bugs in there anyways. Give him this one. So like I said, we've got the dubia roaches. These have been gut loaded with sweet potato. What else did I use? Mango, bee pollen, and then of course the little super worms. We're just gonna hook that right there on his little branch. There we go. So he'll eat them later, but like I said, he's kind of hiding right now in the back there. You can see his little tail. So okay, lemon lion. I have a veiled. Cool. What kind? Male or female? And then this is Luna. Right there. She'll eat for you guys. Oh, sorry, it's out of focus. She's a big bug gobbler. So she gets the same thing as Neptune. 3 dubias and 2 supers. Oh, Neptune's moving. I can hear him. So we'll see if she'll eat them. Oh, yep. She's going for it. Dubia or super? What's it gonna be? Dubia roach. Nice. Was that good? Was that yummy? So Luna will just sometimes sit there with the bugs in her mouth, just hanging out. So it sometimes takes her a couple minutes before she starts chewing it. My thought is they do this so then they're not detected by predators in the wild, but that's my guess. So then we have baby Venus over here. Like I said, she's doing a really good job of hiding in her enclosure, which is great. That's the whole point of having so many plants and branches for her, but then it makes it really hard for me to know where she's at. Oh, one's chewing. Nice. Okay, so let's see if we can find Venus. Sometimes I'll look for a good couple of minutes and still not find her. She likes to be in this area though, because there's a lot of like plant coverage with the wandering Jew and pothos that I have there. But then I've also been noticing her down low, down here. If you see her, say something. I just don't know where she is. Oh, there's a little dead leaf. Pick that out. But I'm like, I guess that's good because then she has lots of hiding places, but like I have no idea. Oh, another dead leaf. Where she is inside of her enclosure. But still morning time, she likes to come out and then she'll just like bask in her little spot there. So I just put her bugs in here and then she eats them eventually. So this is what she has. It's 15 small dubia roaches. Again, gut loaded and supplemented. So put that right there in her spot. And she eats them. I actually got them from Fram's Cams, like where you got Venus. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Venus is from Fram's Cams. She's from their male Starburst. He's pretty cool. I do have a discount code with them. If you use code Neptune, then you get $25 off your chameleon. So definitely take advantage of that. I have no idea where she is. And then they'll just be like staring at you, you know? Like they've been watching you this whole time, even though you can't find where they are. And eventually, like, chameleons get into their routines. Oh, here comes Miss Luna. You want... It's because I put the bugs down here. Here, we'll give her some bugs. He knows what you want. Here, I'll put it here for you. As you can see. Go on. I know you want them. It's either going to be a roach or a worm. You decide. That's always where I put her bugs, in her enclosure. Here you go. Ready? Go. Nice. Oh, 2 supers. You see that? You got both of them at the same time. Way to be efficient. I have a chameleon. Let me know down below. Since she's kind of like munch on those bugs. So she still has 2 more roaches. She'll end up eating all of them. Neptune is still hiding. There's his tail. Can you zoom in on this? Whoa, there you go. Back there. So he won't be eating until much later in the day. And I still don't know where Venus is. I have a feeling she's like over in this corner or like staring right at me. I have no idea where she is. None whatsoever. She shed like the other day, so I have to go in here and like pick out all the little pieces of shed. She's just so little, you know, and she's like peachy colored, so it's hard to spot her. But anyways, there you go. Hello, huge fan. Awesome to see you. My stream is kind of buggy though. I don't know why that would be. Seems okay on my end. But I don't go live on YouTube very often. I do more lives on TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, if you have any chameleon questions, let me know. Happy to help out however I can. Oh, Luna's going for another one. Nice. When you say buggy, what do you mean buggy? The fact that there's literally bugs or something else? Did you get all of your roaches? Oh, nope, there's one more. Good job. That crunched though. So she has one more roach right in the corner there. If your chameleon is not a big fan of eating doobie roaches, make sure you put a bunch in the cup, because if you see, if it's just one in there, they don't really move, so it's always a good idea to put a bunch in there so then they're moving around and then are interesting for your chameleon. How do I get my chameleon to stop eating leaves in his enclosure? You can't. Especially with the veil chameleon, it's kind of hardwired into their DNA, because in the wild, they would eat a lot of squishy bugs. So eating the plant matter helps them digest it, so it's kind of hardwired into their DNA. The best thing you can do is make sure that you have all live plants in your enclosure, so that if they do eat them, they're at least able to digest them. And then make sure that they're safe, and then you'll just need to replace the plants as needed as they start to like eat them all. Hi from the UK, hello. What time is it in the UK? Afternoon? Morning? Evening? There you go. Let's see. I do have a question. I'm planning on getting a panther chameleon, and I went on Reddit to asking to see if the UVB bulb I was thinking about was good, but they said they couldn't know. They said that it's the same as the one they use, but different brand. So which one are you wanting to use then? Also, I would be a little cautious of the advice in the Reddit forums. They tend to be kind of my way or the highway and aren't usually open to multiple ways of caring for a chameleon. So I would just, make sure you're getting research from multiple locations, fact-checking the information, and I've just heard of a lot of new keepers who have had really poor experiences on Reddit, and that it can be pretty hostile over there. So I would just take it all with a grain of salt, right? There's one more roach, honey. 4 p.m. in the UK. Okay, so afternoon time for sure. It's morning time here, hence why Luna's getting her breakfast bugs. Oh, you going for it? Go the overhead angle. I feel like I'm like a, like a sports channel, and it's like, oh, the overhead view. Come on. Let's see. As I'm in Spain, it's the Exoterra UVB 5.0 T8. Okay, so yeah, if you're using a T8, that's okay. It's an older bulb. Older as in older technology, so they're not as efficient as the T5s. So if you're using a 48-inch tall enclosure and you're using a T8, then you can use the T8 10.0. That'll be close to the T5 5.0. Oh, you going for it? Nice. Good job, Luna. Okay, this question says, are there any good ways to keep a chameleon cool in the summer? I live in an area where it gets pretty hot. I already turned off his heat lamp and mist down his cage. So what you could also do is put ice packs on the top of the enclosure, or ice cubes. That can help bring down the ambient temperature inside the enclosure. And then some people will get portable AC units just in the room for their chameleon if they have a hard time keeping the temperature in their home down. Having that AC unit can help bring down the temperatures. So yeah, a good idea. Turn off the heat bulb. Just be careful misting during the day because you don't want it to be hot and humid. So just make sure you're being mindful and considerate of that. Good job, Luna. She ate all her bugs. Again. Okay, so that's Luna. She's now 4 years old, which is pretty crazy. Update on Neptune. You can still only see his little tail in the back there, which means he's hanging behind these plants somewhere. So his whole body's like there, just behind. Okay. You said they do sell a T8 10.0. You said 48 inches. That's about 120 centimeters. My terrarium is a bit smaller. Should I go with a 10.0 or a little bit lower? So when you say a little bit smaller, is that just like a couple of inches? Because this is 48 inches, or I guess 120 centimeters, right? So if yours is like a little bit lower, it should be fine. But what you want to avoid is having a super tall enclosure and only like this much UVB, right? And the T8 won't go as far into the enclosure. So I think the T8 10.0 would be fine as long as your enclosure is not like super short. So, okay, there's Miss Luna. I still have no idea where Venus is inside of her enclosure. Literally not a clue of where she is in here. But she's in here somewhere. I always remind myself that because then sometimes I freak out. I'm like, what if she escaped? And I'm like, no, she's fine. But she'll also like wrap herself around a branch and just make it very difficult to find her. This is the Chameleon kit that I came out with, by the way. I'm not sure if anyone watching is aware of that. This is the Advanced Chameleon kit by Neptune the Chameleon, but pretty proud of this. Sold quite a few kits last month, which is exciting. That means that there's more and more people who are getting set up for success when it comes to keeping their chameleons. So, okay, you said, yeah, I found a good deal for a 90 centimeter one, about 35 inches. Though it's considerably wide, still 10.0. Then I would say the probably 5.0 for 35 inches. Cosmo the Chameleon, they don't live in the US. They live, I think they said in Spain. So they only have access to a T8, not a T5. Just to keep you in the loop with the conversation. So yeah, but the T8 will work totally fine. They're fine bulbs. They're just older technologies. Yes, T5s are preferred, but if you don't have them available in your country, then you gotta work with what you got. My male veil is 7 years old now. Wow, that's awesome. 7's a great age. Males typically, like, the textbook answer is 5 to 7 years old, so 7's definitely up there. Neptune's turning 5 this year. Again, he's hiding. You can't see him, which is unfortunate for the live stream, but hey, these are animals that do what they want. My Yemen is approximately 9 months old. It needs about 15 locusts a day. Should I cut down on the food or carry on, as he seems quite happy munching on his food? So 9 months old would be an appropriate time to start feeding your chameleon every other day. And then once they kind of get into that routine, once they hit 12 months old, then you can switch them to like every 2 to 3 days, 3 to 4 bugs. Chameleons are opportunistic feeders, so if they see food, they'll eat food, regardless of if they're hungry or not, because they don't know when their next meal is coming. So just because your chameleon seems to be hungry or seems to be eating doesn't mean that's necessarily the case. Could be, but doesn't mean it is the case. Let's see. Thank you so much. Nice to see someone tell me an unbiased opinion. That's what I'm saying. Reddit has a lot of opinions, and they are certainly all biased, and that's what I find is sometimes problematic with that community. Same with some of the other chameleon communities out there on the internet. So you just have to be careful, make sure people are listening to your situation, open and receptive to feedback, because someone could easily be like, you should use a T5 instead of a TA, you're a terrible keeper, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, hey, there's more than one way. A T8 can be totally successful. You just kind of have to recognize the person's situation and give them the best advice possible based off that, Or someone who buys the chameleon kit on accident and then they just get like ripped apart, because of that. That's, anyways, we gotta be nice, right? We gotta help people out. We all start somewhere, and the only way people will learn and be able to care for their chameleons is if we help them out. So be nice to people, answer their chameleon questions, and if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, right? That's the was it the golden rule? Or treat others how you want to be treated? Yeah, especially on the internet. You just never know. There you go. I guess that's it. I was hoping Neptune would come out, but he's still hiding in the back there, so yep. But he'll have his food later. Like I said, he's got his roaches and worms. No new video coming out today, but there'll be a new one for next week. And I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully I will find Venus. She's not missing. She's just hiding very well in her enclosure, and I cannot see where she is. But that means it's a good enclosure, right? Because that means she has, a nice setup. Let's see. Yeah, TBH, they aren't nice at all. I saw a lot of straight up aggressive comments on someone who accidentally used a 2.0 UVB. The guy ended up banning the chameleon because of all the comments saying that he's a terrible keeper. That's what I'm saying. Like, how terrible was that? Because then that makes people scared to even want to ask questions. Because then they're afraid they're just going to get like totally ripped apart by like people on the internet who are like, you're a terrible person, you're a terrible keeper, you should have done your research, you should have known better, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? People make mistakes. And a lot of times someone on the internet or someone at the pet store says, hey, this is what you need. And so they think that's what they need and they don't know any better. And yeah, it just is heartbreaking to see, because then it makes people scared to ask for help and to ask questions, you know? And the only person that's hurting is that person in the chameleon, which doesn't benefit anyone. So anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. It just breaks my heart to see people just being mean to new keepers, and you know, just because you have experience and knowledge doesn't mean you have to be mean about it, you know? So anyways, always try to be helpful and nice and give people the benefit of the doubt, you know, when helping out. So anyways, we're gonna call it a day. Luna's already ate all of her bugs, and Neptune and Venus are hiding, so this is where we're at. Yeah, Tiger Lily, we're all new before. Exactly. Be a nice person, pay it forward. Someone helped you along the way, so least you can do is try and help someone else who's getting started in learning. And my thought is, as long as you're willing to make changes and you're willing to learn, then I am more than happy to spend time helping someone learn about chameleons. That's no problem. So anyways, did not mean to ramble on about that topic. Luna says bye. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next